There comes a point after a breakup where being strong is just exhausting. You've coped, you've held it together, you've done what you need to do, but you're also really tired of being strong. In a minute, I'm going to explain to you why being strong in this particular case for too long leaves you feeling exhausted and really wrung out, and what you can do to actually help you turn things around. When a long-term relationship ends, you don't get the choice to just sit on the sidelines of your own life. You've got to get up, you've got to function, you've got to manage your days. The world isn't going to stop because your relationship ended. People, friends, family will say to you, "Oh, I'm really surprised at how well you're holding up. You seem to be doing so well. You're so resilient." And for many of us, on the inside is the stuff they don't see, right? How much effort it's taking you to get up and how hard it is for you to keep showing up day after day. That kind of strength that you are putting up front comes at a cost. If you're too strong for too long, then there's no soft spot to manage all of the other stuff. There's no room to rest, or there's no permission to lean into the really difficult moments that you are going through. There's no place to put down what feels like extraordinarily heavy weight. Strength stops being empowering when it's the only option that we have. If we just have to be strong and we have to push through all the time, then that's actually detrimental to us. And that's when exhaustion creeps in, and it can do it really quietly, but it's inevitable if you keep pushing really hard. I wonder right now, if you're watching this video, what's the hardest thing that you're carrying right now? What's the thing that you're like, this is too much, it's too heavy? And if you're struggling, I want to give you some examples and some strategies of ways to cope a bit better. I want to give you practical, implementable things that you can do right now. So the first thing is, you have to really look at what strength means for you. Strength is not pushing through. You've already proven that you can push through no matter what. The problem now is that you're the only one who's holding it all together. So strength might look like stopping, even when nobody else is going to replace you, even when things stay undone, even when it feels really uncomfortable. And I'd ask you to just think about your life right now and look around and see what's one thing that you can leave exactly as it is, whether that's a pile of laundry, eating takeout, taking a sick day. What's the one thing that you can leave just for now? This is not a forever deal. It's for this moment. The second thing is to choose one place where you feel supported. Not everybody in our lives will support what's happening. This isn't about one place forever. It's just for this moment. A place where you don't have to brace yourself or put on a mask for other people. Maybe it's a colleague or a friend or a family member, somebody who you know and trust, where you can just fall apart quietly and they will say, "Hey, I'm here." Not trying to change it or fix it or do anything, but just notice. Maybe there's a routine that can steady you. We have routines for going to bed. We have routines for getting up. We have workday routines. Sometimes we need routines that say, when everything's hard and we're pushing through, how do we stop for us? Maybe it's go for a 10-minute walk in your lunch break. Maybe it's sit down and disconnect for 10 minutes and do some breathing. Maybe it's a shower when you get home from work to kind of cut off from the day. Maybe it's having a bloody good cry and just letting it all out and then steadying yourself. But find a routine that steadies you. One night where maybe you do nothing. Maybe you literally walk in from work, have a wash, put your pajamas on, and eat from a cardboard box that you bought at the supermarket. Who cares? But one night where nothing is required from you. You don't need more support. You just need support where you need support. So that's really important. And finally, make some things non-negotiable, and rest would be one of those. Rest is so important. And when you're going through a breakup, it can feel hard, right? Rest can also feel challenging because it's hard to relax in your body. It's hard to relax in your mind when there's just so much heartache and sadness. But this is about rest when everything is still a mess, not when things are finished, when everybody's okay. Well, no, when everybody's not okay, you can rest. Rest because you are at maximum capacity and you can't take on one more thing. Rest before collapse is going to come along and force you to rest. Make this a choice, not something that happens to you. Nothing bad is going to happen when you stop a little bit earlier. This is how you're going to stay standing. This is a long trip you're going to be on. Separation does not happen quickly. It can take up to 2 years. So you have got to brace yourself for that storm. And if you're feeling worn down from being strong for too long, check the description of this video. There are some resources there for you. There are links to videos there for you. There's a link to my diary if you want to check in with me. There is a link to my live. So there are lots of options there that you can go and have a look at and see if something might be helpful to you. You don't have to stop being capable. You just have to carry little bits every single day and just try not to do it all at once. Being tired of being strong is really normal. It's often a sign that you are ready for something else. If you're exhausted from holding it all together after a breakup, my Heartbreak to Healing series is really helpful. It's a bunch of videos that will really help you through, and I'll put those videos here for you. Again, I'll link them down in the description. Some of us girls who are over the age of 30 struggle with into the internet. I know I do. And so I want to make this easy for you. If you can't find something that you're looking for, just put in a message to me and I will link you into it in some way, shape or form. All right? Take care of yourself. This is going to take some time.